Hello and welcome back to this week's edition of the Weekly Stag podcast. My name's Ethan.
My name's Jacob.
And today we're just going to be talking about a whole host of different things. But I want to start this episode off by talking about Binmen. Because I dislike Binmen with a passion.
Can I ask why?
I took my lunch a bit late today because I forgot my keys. So I was waiting for my mum to come back from work.
Right. Okay.
And I got outside and I realised I didn't have my keys. So I was waiting and the Binmen were coming up taking away I think it was the garden waste or something.
Oh, I don't know.
Not sure.
Bins are bins to me. You just shove it in whichever
taking
one.
Away some sort of rubbish. So I sat down by my front door waiting for my mum to come back. And these Binmen were I saw stuff being chucked and I thought, no, they wouldn't be doing that. So I got up and I had a look. And they were just lobbing rubbish into people's front gardens. And they were trying to they were lobbing waste into the back of the rubbish truck. And one bloke had an apple that he was eating while he was doing the rubbish, and he just lobbed it in my front garden. And I just
the bin man,
yeah,
was eating an apple and he just threw it into.
He was eating an apple and he chucked it on my front garden.
Well, he does drive in a big bin thing, doesn't he?
Exactly. Why not just chuck it in the back of the bin? It proper wound me up. That did. It's had me it's proper triggered me. That.
Oh, it's
so disrespectful.
I know. But why didn't you say anything?
I did. 1 minute. I've got what I said on what I put on my Snapchat story.
Oh,
That's
right.
What I said to them.
Yeah.
So I said to this bin man, he was about 21, 22. He was young. Right?
Young, yeah.
So I said to him, the whole point of being a bin man is to collect my rubbish, not throw more on my front garden, you useless fox. And I thought that was pretty justified, to be honest. You've just chucked a load of rubbish on my front garden when the whole point of your job is to clean up my rubbish. Well, and other people's rubbish.
All right, yeah, well,
I've been sitting on that one all day. It's proper had me annoyed and I feel a bit better now. It's like a therapy session.
I have a problem, not with bin men, with bus drivers.
Bus drivers, yeah.
Bus drivers. No, not even just bus drivers. People who work in McDonald's. They do not understand a word that I say, right? We have this bus ticket and it's called the daily, where it's £5.50, you can go wherever you want for the day. So that's the only ticket you need to buy. No, you don't need to buy any returns or anything. So I go up to the bus driver, I say, can I please get a daily? They just look at me, they just stare at me, and I'm like, can I please get a daily? Sorry, we can't understand you.
So then I have to be like, can he have a daily?
You're my translator, yeah.
And I'll say it like, can he have a daily, please? And they'll look at me like I'm I'm treating them like they're just simple.
Well,
but it's, you can clearly understand that you're saying, can I please have a daily?
I know, and it's crazy to think that
it works well in McDonald's though.
In McDonald's, I've chatted up a few McDonald's due to
and they've had no idea what you're saying.
I know, and they love it. They absolutely love it.
I think the best one is when I still have an obsession with snakes, and I went to Pets at Home to see if they sold them. They've stopped selling them now, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah. And
we went to McDonald's was it Llandudno?
It was Llandudno. It wasn't the Llandudno Junction one.
No, it was Llandudno. It was not the one by the cinema. It was one by Pets at Home.
And
Sports Direct and Smith.
That's just the Llandudno
and the poor girl,
market one.
The poor girl wasn't trying to be offensive, but she just did not know what you were saying. And I had to stand there, and every time you said something, I had to translate it.
This is the problems of a Scottish person living in Wales. It is.
The weird thing is they can understand the Irish.
I know, yeah. They can understand the Irish, no problem, but when it comes to me, it's like I'm speaking Jewish.
I've lived in Scotland.
Not Jewish. No, I'm not speaking Jewish. What's that, the Eminem song? Forgot about Jay, and he's like, speak a bunch of gibberish. That's it, gibberish.
It's a religion.
Oh, really?
I've been over to Ireland, and I've lived in Scotland. And I can safely say that the Scottish accent is easier to understand than the Irish. And I don't get why the Welsh people find it so much more difficult.
Me either. It's quite depressing when I try to go and order just a normal plain cheeseburger.
Like, what was it you ordered when we went to see the snakes? You ordered a wrap of the day and a large chips with a Coke.
Yeah,
Was it a
no
vanilla milkshake?
no tomato. No tomato. Yeah.
He specified about 3 or 4 times no tomatoes, and I said no tomatoes because when he says it, that one is a bit tricky.
No tomato. I don't pronounce
No
the whole.
tomorrow. No tomatoes, please.
Yeah.
And she gave him one and had 4 bits of tomato on.
Stupid cow. I don't even ask for a lot.
She was.
you know.
She did look like she was new to the job though. She didn't look like she knew what she was doing, but fair play to her. She did try to understand you.
Yeah, it was a good laugh though. We were all
was
kind
a
of
good laugh, to be
laughing.
fair.
Yeah, it was brilliant. What else? Bus drivers. Going back to this.
Oh yeah.
It's every time I get on the bus, I'm glad I'm getting my bike.
Oh, he's getting a motorbike for those who don't know.
Yeah, and you know what? I did my CBT.
Oh yeah.
What, a couple of days ago? It was a couple of days ago.
Sunday.
Yeah.
We're recording on Tuesday.
Sunday, yeah. And
No, Saturday did it.
Was
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning. And so I was doing my test, doing really good figure of 8, this and that. And now he says, right, it's time to go on the road, Jake. Okay, yeah.
He has some majestic hair, doesn't he?
Oh, the man is sexy. I'll give him that.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah, he's cool.
He's a good-looking lad. I don't say that a lot of people, but Tom Cruise and him, oh yeah, bugger. Right. So he says, "Time to go on the road now, Jake. I'm getting ready. I'm pumping myself up." And he's like, "You can stop to have a fire. You can stop in this whenever you don't feel comfortable." And I go, "Let's do it. Let's do it." When we're on the road, he says, "Let's go up this hill." And I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I can do this. Start to go up the hill. I don't know what the hell happened, but the bike sped up. I slammed straight into the back of a Mazda MX-5. Slammed right into the back of it.
Speaking
Head
of
first.
MX-5,
Yeah.
I've been looking for my first car.
Have you?
And I want to buy a Mazda RX-8, but it's got 2 things. 1, the insurance is too high. And 2, the insurance is too high. And 2, it's got a rotary engine.
Okay.
I don't want to bore people about rotary engines, mainly because I don't really know much about them. But it's hard. It's a lot easier finding your first bike than it is your first car.
I'm paying too much for my 125.
You're paying £700 over what it should be.
Yeah.
If you go on their official website, it's on the...
That's for the older model, it might be.
No, it's for the EL one, the new one, because I double checked.
Oh, cheers. Thanks.
You're welcome.
My insurance isn't bad though.
Your insurance is good.
This is the difference between you want a car, I want a bike.
How much is your insurance a year?
400 odd.
£400 for your
But
bike.
I'm
for
paying
the first year.
monthly, so it's
Oh, should you pay
500.
annually?
It's 500 odd.
Well, for me,
What was that to be?
insure... I was looking at insuring a 1 Series, like an old one.
BM.
Yeah, it's a bit more upscale than a Nissan Micro K11, yeah, but it was like $3,500, and the car was only worth $1,500,
Really?
and it was $3 to $4,000 for the insurance. So I'm looking at buying an old like a K11 Micro.
Mate, that's
four-door one.
That's quite expensive. That.
For about £500.
Really?
The K14's the new model.
Okay, and then you.
For those who don't know, I work at a car dealership selling Nissan, Citroen and Vauxhall. So I don't know a lot about the cars. I know the model codes and stuff. I know a few specs, but the new one's the K14.
You want the K11?
And I want the K11. It's like the proper old grandma car, but I want the 4-door version. And I want to strip it and just put some bucket seats. I'm not a boy racer, but I want it. What I want it for is it's cheap for insurance and it's a cheap car.
How much is the insurance?
Don't know.
But I think it's cheap.
20 minutes to get a quote, and I don't have 20 minutes to spare. But it's like for the first year, if I drive that, get a black box in it, it's something just to rag for the first year.
Oh yeah, the K11s are good for.
It's just ragging it about, and it'll bring my insurance down, and then I'm gonna look at getting a new car on finance.
Right.
Like a new Qashqai or a Leaf or something.
You had a big obsession with Leafs.
I love Leafs, Dukes and Qashqais and DS5s and DS3s.
If they just released a new one, a new Leaf quite recently.
Announced the new Leaf.
Yeah. I heard that on
It does look
radio.
It does look nice. I won't admit it in work because Stefan loves them. So I'm going, it's a bit naff. But it does look really good, and that's the way the future's going. Everyone's
Electric.
going to be driving electric.
I remember when BMW announced their i8.
Oh, we saw that trailer in the cinema.
We did.
What film were we watching?
I can't remember. I just remember seeing it.
Oh, it was The Purge.
That's what I was
It
thinking.
The Purge Anarchy.
You know what though?
Whatever
It was
called.
such a nice car. I see one quite often. I don't know if it's around here.
Do you know who owns it?
Who?
The guy who owns New Skin. It's his car.
What, in Abigail?
Yeah, the bloke who owns New Skin.
I know there's a guy in where you got your tattoo done. He has an A5.
Yeah, but what's his name? Your sister is mates with his son, and it's his i8.
Lucky bugger.
I know, but
Jesus.
someone from work, Gareth, has got a mate, and he's minted. He's got a 60-car garage that his wife doesn't know about. And in it, he's got a Bugatti that's still wrapped. It's not been unwrapped.
Yeah, I have that in my garage. You know,
He bought...
laying there.
I tell you what he did buy. He bought a Nissan GTR, an R35, I think it was. 100 grand. It's worth 35 now.
That's went down a lot. Why's that?
And no idea. There's nothing wrong with it either. He hardly ever drives it. It's worth 35,000.
Yeah. I thought my dream car is a 1969 Ford Mustang.
Yeah, you've got a thing for Mustangs, haven't you?
Yeah.
Tell you what I did see.
What?
I was coming back from Cat and Ryan's new place.
Yeah.
Across the front in Rill, and there's a bloke, and there's a 2017 red Mustang.
I seen that the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a blue and white old school Mustang as well. It's gorgeous. It's like pristine condition. It's been redone but it does look gorgeous.
If I could get on a bus and ask for a daily, I'd go and see it. But I can't. I have to have you there to bloody say, a daily, please.
I'll have a daily, please. How much is this car worth? More than you'll make, Sonny. It's
True.
worth so much money.
Yeah. I do want a Mustang.
Say, you're getting a bike, you're getting a Lex Motor Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
Top
Yeah.
bike you want that's affordable, that's the Lex Motor Michigan. One that you'd love to have, and then one that's just out your price range.
Okay.
And then a car that you'd want for a starter.
Mm-hmm.
A car that'd be affordable, and then a car that's way out there.
Okay. Which one am I starting with?
Go for bikes first.
Bikes.
You've got a bike.
Obviously the Michigan.
That's your starter.
That's my starter one. Yeah. My one mid-range. You know, I would. You know what? I was looking at this. The Honda Rebel 500. They brought out a new one. Yeah, it was. Well, I don't know if it's new, but they have a new shape compared to the old ones. Honda Rebel 500 matte black. There was a woman who went to the same training, DR43, where I did my CBT. He was telling me that a woman came in. Brilliant story. Her husband didn't have long to live, and they both wanted to go on an adventure. So they both bought Honda Rebels 500s, and the worst case scenario he had, I think it was 5 years. So a year of that, they're going to go and travel the world on bikes.
That's a nice story.
That is honestly, when I heard that, I thought, that's brilliant. Good way to do it, you know.
That is a class thing to do.
Yeah. They've got their priorities right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. My dream bike would be. Well, this is a difficult one. If I could have any bike, a Triumph Bonneville.
Really?
Yeah, just like the Steve McQueen edition.
Oh, right.
The Steve McQueen edition. There was one in Woody's down the road from me, and it's just been sold. And yeah, and I was looking at it because they keep them out, and I was looking at it, I was like, oh my god, because Steve McQueen, I love the guy. He's a brilliant. He was a brilliant actor, and he had a good taste in bikes. He actually got put into the Bike Hall of Fame. I think it was 11 years after he died. But no, brilliant. Yeah.
What about cars?
Cars. First car. I'm not going to go with a Corsa. That's stereotypical. I don't know. I'm not really fussy for a first car. Mid-range car, Mercedes C-Class, coupe, and then dream car, Mustang. I wouldn't have the fastbacks from the 70s. Wouldn't have them, but
6.9.
Yeah, so that's the.
That's the dream.
That's the dream. Go on Route 66, go down that way.
We'll have to do
road
it.
trip. We will, even if I'm on bikes. You know what I mean?
I'm in a car.
Yeah, and you wee. Leaf.
Electric Leaf going down Route 66.
That's probably been done.
Yeah.
What about yourself? Cars, because I know that you.
I'll start with bikes.
Oh, do you actually have a bike list?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Honda starter, affordable one. Honda CBR 125. Mid-range is like an old Ducati, like a proper sports.
Oh, the old ones.
600cc Ducati.
Yeah.
And then a dream bike is probably, like an old Harley Davidson chopper.
Yeah.
Just because I love the look of. I just love the way they look. They're very like matte black and shiny.
Well, Harley came out with a statement quite recently saying that they're hoping to have 2 million new people, from youth and that, riding Harley Davidson bikes.
I could see them. They just need to make a 125 that's affordable.
Yeah, for people over here.
3 million.
For people over here, definitely. They actually seen the Sportster, the Harley Sportster.
Yeah, I'd love one of them.
They're brilliant. They're good for modding and changing them. Brilliant bikes. Sorry, go on. What was your...
Oh, cars. Starter car. I'd love, like I mentioned, a little K11. Just a little runabout just to get my insurance to come down.
Mm-hmm.
Or, I don't know, an old Mini. Minis, they're expensive, but an old Mini would be nice.
I've been waiting to tell you this story.
That's why I mentioned it, because I know you've got a story for me.
Been waiting to mention this story for the ages now.
Go on then.
I know a guy, Mick.
Guy who knows guy.
Yeah, I know a guy who knows a guy, Mick, who had a Mini. This is back in the 80s, he had a Mini. Fallen to bits, but he loved it because he could do up the car and do whatever he wanted to it. Brilliant thing is, it's not that good, but it got stolen twice by 2 separate people in the space of 12 hours while he was sleeping.
Fair enough.
He woke up one morning and went, where's the bloody car gone? Now his, I think it was his wife at the time, her parents were loaded, so they had gated off. So God knows how they got it out. That's what he said, God knows how they got it out. There was a problem with the starter, with the ignition, but the person who stole it didn't know. So he messed around with it, sorted it out, and got the car running perfect. So when he got the car back, there was no problems with starting it.
On and work it perfectly.
Yeah, perfect. They did him a favour. The other, so that was used. That guy just stole it and just ragged it about. The police seen it, but they lost him. He abandoned it. Another guy came and took the Mini, and it was used for house robberies in that night. On that night, it was used for house robberies.
He got it back.
He found it himself. Yeah,
Did he?
Mick found it himself. He found it wedged in between an alleyway because he looked out a window. I don't know where he was, but he looked out the window and went, oh, that's my Mini. He woke up that morning, his car was gone, he reported it, and I think he went to work or something like that, looked out the window, there's the Mini down an alleyway, all the fenders are gone on it because they've drove it down. Yeah. But yeah, he found his car, got it back, fixed it up, the ignition was working perfectly, nothing wrong with it. Nice. Yeah, so they did him a favour.
Kind of robbed it and used it for the wrong thing, but...
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that story was brilliant. See, when he was telling me, I was laughing my head off.
Just engrossed in it.
Yeah, your car got stolen in the space of 12 hours by 2 separate people.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But yeah, you don't hear that often.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, probably years ago.
Yeah, it would have happened a lot more back then.
But he did crash it though. He was on his way to get a plane to go to the Falklands when it was happening. And he stopped at a petrol station to get coffee. He was that tired. He smashed into the back of this car and went, oh, fuck it. Just fuck it. He just drove off because he couldn't be bothered with the insurance and that. He needed to go. He was going to the Falklands. So he does apologise. Whose car it was, he does apologise. And if you ever remember your car being smashed into, give him a call. Yeah, by a little minute. Yeah. Your dream car. What is it?
Starter would be a Mini or a K11 Micro.
Okay.
Mid-range would probably be Nissan Qashqai.
Yes.
Because they are really nice.
Mm.
And then dream car is a GTR Black Edition, because
they're nice.
That is just the pinnacle of motor engineering, right there. Everything it shouldn't be, it is, and I love it.
It's for a decent price as well, eh?
Oh yeah, you can pick up. I'll have a quick look now, because we were on Auto Trader. Me and you, we go on Auto Trader all the time. You look for bikes, I'll look for cars.
Yeah.
Just see if there's any good deals or anything. And I thought, tell you what, why not look at how much a Nissan GTR would cost you?
Right.
So I was looking through, and there was. I'm gonna actually need to quickly reset. I was looking for an Audi A1. I used to tell you what, that would be a nice starter car, and all that, like 2011 Audi A1.
Good cars,
like
those.
10 grand. Like you wouldn't think it.
You can get some of them for like 6, but the mileage on them
the
is.
mileage is too high.
Also, we haven't spoke about the Apple Watch scenario between us.
I don't like them that much.
Right, but we'll talk about that in the next episode, because that needs to get out in the air. That needs to be let out.
Are we looking for an R35 GTR?
No, just look at just a GTR used.
You're looking roughly 2009, yeah.
Yeah, that seems decent. Yeah.
35 grand.
Really?
Which is a new Nissan Leaf Nismo.
Brand new.
It's going to be like 30, 40.
Yeah.
But to be honest, I'd rather just buy a GTR.
Just buy a GTR,
than a Leaf.
But the insurance would be.
Look at that.
That is nice. Matte black.
Matte black.
Yeah. The insurance would be mental.
I couldn't even. You can finance a Nissan GTR for £800 a month.
Just £800.
That's like 90% of my wage would go on finance.
It's mental.
It is absurd prices.
It is, yeah. Yeah. It is mental. That I can justify spending £800.
I'd rather spend
month.
£800 on a GTR than anything else.
Really?
It's a GTR.
I know it's a GTR. I do like them.
You know the first thing I do if I bought a GTR? I'd go in the 855 and I just go as slow as I possibly could to get enough of the space between me and the person in front, and then just rag it to bits. Go up to 180 in it and just kill whoever was in the passenger seat for speed.
That'll probably be me. Yeah. It is, yeah. We were watching a video on that.
Launch videos, and
yeah.
It's just...
When they did it on Top Gear, James May said Jeremy Clarkson, I'm not quoting him, he said something like Jeremy Clarkson would love this car. Because of the speed.
It's so good.
When you bring up to a certain
RPM. What I looked at that was quite sad. You could build a model Nissan GTR R35.
Yeah.
And it costs like £600, and I looked and I thought, no, that's way too much.
What, for a model?
It's a 1/8 scale of an R35 that turns on, makes engine sounds. You can turn the lights on. You have to do like all the welding.
What is an actual?
I'll get it up now.
I thought you mean like Airfix or something.
No, this is like a proper 1/8 Eagle Moss model that you can buy and build.
Shit.
Eagle Moss Nissan GTR. It is gorgeous. Like it's a silver one that you can get.
Lego did I think it was Lego did a thing with Porsche. Do you remember when they?
Yeah.
They did a Porsche thing.
Yeah, I think so.
They did, yeah. They could build a Porsche and that sort of thing.
There it is. That little one is a model, and the big one's the one that you build, and it's like £600.
You could fit a small dwarf in that. You could.
Oh, Mate, I'd love to build one. That, like, it's just...
They are nice. It's
a 1/8 scale that works. Like, you can't bloody drive it about, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I do. If I was a billionaire, yeah, I would have one.
If I was a billionaire, I'd have a GTR in every colour of the rainbow, just to look at. I'd have a 60-car garage and just have them in every which way colour. Like, I love a GTR.
I'd have every single Ford Mustang ever put on this planet in my garage.
Nah. Not for me, I'm afraid.
Yeah. So, thank you for listening.
Yeah, Jacob's been trying to round this podcast up for like the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. So, no, thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time. I'm Jacob.
I'm Ethan.
Thank you for listening. See you later!